Have an amazing, wonderful man who provides for me financially, emotionally, mentally, and I just appreciate you, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome, but you know what? You do have to work because there's no way. I mean,
I don't have to. I want
yeah,
to.
but
That's the
your
difference.
your insides make you do it. Like you're not gonna sit there and just get your nails done, get massages all day. That's not happening. Not the Towanda that I
Oh,
know.
no.
I don't care how much money I got. You're not gonna sit at the house and do nothing and go shopping all day.
Outside yesterday and today, last time you talked to me.
I don't recall. It wasn't my birthday because you didn't call me.
Your birthday, but here we are in March.
I am in a space. I am in a space of I'm just focusing on my relationship and whoever's in my household.
Tamar is really putting things out in the open, calling attention to what she sees as major changes in Towanda's life after marrying Sean Hall. According to Tamar, Towanda's connection with her sisters shifted after the relationship, and not in a positive way. The more fans go back and watch old interviews and clips, the more questions seem to pop up about what was really happening behind the scenes. Tamar claims Sean may have had a strong influence over Towanda for quite some time, and that has people talking. She suggests that Sean became involved in many areas of Towanda's life, from personal choices to family relationships, and that this gradually created distance between Towanda and the people closest to her. The explanation may have been about protecting the marriage, but some viewers now feel the situation looks very different when they look back at those old moments. Once people start connecting the dots, they say certain details become hard to ignore. And now, Tamar appears finished staying quiet. She is also raising eyebrows with claims that Sean became heavily involved in managing Towanda's finances and assets shortly after the wedding. Those allegations have sparked a lot of debate online, with many people wondering what was really going on behind closed doors. Could this be one of the reasons Tamar and Sean seem to have so much tension? This situation has people talking, so let's get into it.
Towanda smelled like an onion sandwich. She did. She washed her armpits. She's okay now. Yeah, she smells good now. I got a wife that smells like an onion burger a little bit. But you good now. You washed up under there and everything. She took a quick, what they call it, a whole bath.
More viewers are starting to wonder if the ongoing drama among the Braxton sisters may be connected to concerns Tamar has raised about her husband, Sean Hall. As old clips continue to resurface, fans are taking a closer look at moments they may have overlooked before. One clip getting a lot of attention comes from Towanda and Sean's wedding. In the video, which I'm about to show you, Sean made a comment directly to Towanda about how she smelled on their wedding day. Take a listen. That moment did not sit well with a lot of viewers. Many fans felt the remark was unnecessary, especially during such an important occasion. Because it happened on camera, some people have questioned why the comment was made at all, while others believe it reflected a larger issue in their relationship dynamic. A lot of people pointed out that wedding days can be stressful, emotional, and hectic, so it's not unusual for someone to get a little sweaty during such a big event. But that wasn't the only moment that caught viewers' attention. Another clip has been making the rounds online, and it left many people questioning the dynamic between Sean and Towanda. In the video, Towanda appeared to be praising Sean and spoke about him in a positive light, referring to him as a provider. But Sean quickly pushed back on that description and made it clear he did not agree with it. He responded by saying that Towanda should earn her own money and that he did not see himself in that role. As he put it, "You can call me whatever you want, but you cannot call me a provider."
For many viewers, it wasn't just the words that stood out, it was the delivery. Some fans felt Towanda was trying to share a supportive and uplifting moment, while Sean's response seemed unusually blunt. That interaction sparked plenty of discussion online, with people debating what it revealed about their relationship.
Amazing guest who showed up and who wanted to be president, following the rules with their phone, posting all the important things. And, we just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Dr. David Johns, we said that. Lisa's and our goddaughter. Thank you. Trina, Tony. Mission you to everybody. And shouts out to our son Brax, who graduated from the Navy. He couldn't make it.
And according to Tamar, there may be even more concerns behind the scenes, as she has also suggested that Sean is very controlling when it comes to Towanda's life and decisions. According to Tamar's claims, Sean is heavily involved in many areas of Towanda's life, and she believes Towanda doesn't have as much independence as people might think. Naturally, those allegations have raised concerns among fans who have been following the situation closely, and some viewers argue that Tamar isn't the only one pointing to signs that something may be off. One detail that has gotten a lot of attention involves Towanda's home. According to reports that circulated at the time, ownership of the property was transferred into Sean's name not long after the couple got married. The reports claim this happened just 15 days after their wedding, with financial challenges and tax-related issues being mentioned as possible factors behind the move. That timeline has led many people to ask questions about how the decision came about. At the time, however, not everyone saw it as a warning sign, because Towanda's financial struggles had already been public knowledge. Back in 2019, she filed for bankruptcy and stated that she owed more money than she had available. But the situation became even more complicated when her former landlord publicly challenged those claims. According to reports, he alleged that she was attempting to avoid financial obligations and disputed how her finances had been represented. The landlord later filed a lawsuit seeking approximately $76,000, claiming unpaid rent and property-related damages. Reports also stated that he questioned information regarding her income and assets. In addition, allegations surfaced that money may have been moving through her beauty business in ways that drew scrutiny. These were claims reported at the time, and they sparked major discussion among followers trying to make sense of the ongoing controversy.
The difference between Tony and Tamar is that Tony came to us first and say, hey guys, LaFace wants to sign me. How do y'all feel about it? With Tamar, it wasn't like that. She didn't come to us and tell us, hey guys, I have an opportunity. It was nothing like that.
As soon as when I found out about it, she tried to sugarcoat it.
And how did you respond?
It wasn't good.
At first, a lot of people assumed the situation surrounding the house was simply connected to Towanda's past financial challenges. Some reports even claimed that her business, T. Braxton Beauty Company, became part of the discussion as people debated how her finances were being managed. Because of that history, many observers initially viewed the property transfer as just another financial decision that would attract public attention. But Tamar is telling a very different story. According to her, the issue wasn't really about money at all. Instead, she believes the decision reflected a larger pattern of Sean having a strong influence over major parts of Towanda's life. Those claims have added a whole new layer to an already controversial situation and sparked even more questions from fans.
And that's where things become even more complicated. Tamar's also suggested that Sean encouraged distance between Towanda and certain family members so she could focus more on her marriage. Whether that's true or not, some fans point to past events as reasons for their concern. One of the biggest examples involves Towanda and Sean's wedding. Reports at the time revealed that Tamar was not included in the celebration. While sisters Tony and Trina stood beside Towanda as bridesmaids and took part in the ceremony, Tamar was reportedly absent. Then, after the wedding, Towanda and Sean shared a thank you video where they mentioned Tony and Trina by name, but Tamar was noticeably not included. That detail immediately caught the attention of fans and fueled even more speculation about what was happening within the family. Towanda's thank you message mentioned a long list of people, including some who weren't even at the wedding, yet Tamar's name was noticeably missing. That immediately got fans talking, and many believed the omission was intentional. At the time, though, most people didn't connect it to the claims being made about Sean. Instead, they assumed it was simply another chapter in the long-running ups and downs between Towanda and Tamar. And to be fair, these sisters have had their share of disagreements over the years. Their complicated relationship goes back much further than many fans realize. In a video I'm about to show you, Tamar explained that some of the tension started when she signed with a record label without first discussing it with Towanda. According to Tamar, that decision seemed to change the way Towanda interacted with her. Despite those bumps in the road, the two eventually worked through many of their issues and, for the most part, found a way to move forward together. That's why recent developments have caught so many people by surprise and sparked renewed interest in their relationship history. Things seemed to take a different turn after Towanda got engaged to Sean. According to Tamar, that was when Towanda began creating more distance between herself and her sisters, which quickly became noticeable to people around them. In a clip from Braxton Family Values, Tamar confronted Towanda about what she felt was a lack of effort in maintaining their relationship. Towanda, however, explained that she was focused on protecting her peace and establishing healthy boundaries in her life. Tamar also claimed that Towanda was far more responsive to calls and messages when cameras were around, which only added to the growing tension between them. Because of comments like these, some viewers began wondering if there was more happening behind the scenes than fans originally realized. As a result, Tamar frequently challenged Towanda about issues she felt were being ignored, which helps explain why the two often clashed on the show. For years, many fans interpreted those disagreements as jealousy on Towanda's part or ongoing sibling rivalry, but Tamar has repeatedly pushed back against those assumptions. In fact, in one video, she joked that if she were ever going to be jealous of anyone, it would be Tony, pointing out Tony's incredible level of success and influence in the entertainment world.
You didn't know that she was hurt?
No.
No idea?
I knew at the time when I got my solo deal, because they stopped speaking to me.
What did you think was going on?
I didn't know. I think they were just upset at me for moving on.
Because we always did everything together.
It looked like she's isolating herself or having to isolate herself. And since she has been with Andre, it seems like it's been worse.
But that's exactly why some fans are looking at the situation differently now. Instead of seeing the conflict as simple sister drama, many have started to wonder if Tamar was trying to point out concerns that people weren't paying attention to at the time. Looking back, several moments that once seemed like ordinary family disagreements are now being viewed through a completely different lens. What really has people talking is the pattern Tamar keeps bringing up. She isn't focusing on one isolated incident. Instead, she has repeatedly suggested that Towanda became less involved with her family after her relationship with Sean became serious. Whether it was missed calls, less communication, or noticeable distance at family events, Tamar believes those changes didn't happen by accident. Of course, not everyone agrees with that perspective. Some fans argue that getting married naturally changes priorities, and setting boundaries doesn't automatically mean someone is being influenced. Still, as more old clips resurface and more conversations come back into the spotlight, viewers are finding themselves asking the same question again and again. Was this simply a family growing apart, or was something bigger happening behind the scenes all along? And those questions only got louder when fans started revisiting interviews and social media posts from that period. The more people dug into old footage, the more they noticed how often Tamar seemed frustrated about being kept at a distance from Towanda. What once looked like ordinary family tension suddenly appeared a lot more complicated to viewers trying to piece everything together. One thing that stands out is that Tamar has remained surprisingly consistent with her concerns over the years. While details may have changed, her main point has largely stayed the same. She believes something shifted in Towanda's life and family relationships after Sean entered the picture. That consistency is one reason some fans have started taking a second look at comments they previously brushed aside. At the same time, others believe there may be a much simpler explanation. Relationships evolve, families go through rough patches, and people sometimes choose to handle personal matters more privately. From that perspective, the distance between the sisters may have been the result of several different factors rather than one specific person. Still, with Tamar continuing to speak out and old moments gaining fresh attention online, the debate shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. And as more people weigh in, the spotlight on Towanda and Sean's relationship keeps getting brighter. And if fans thought that was the end of the discussion, they were seriously mistaken. As more people began sharing their opinions online, attention shifted from individual moments to the bigger picture. Instead of focusing on one comment, one interview, or one family disagreement, viewers started examining the overall timeline of events and how everything seemed to connect. What makes this story so interesting is that nearly every side has a different version of what happened. Tamar believes there were warning signs that people ignored
for years, supporters of her perspective argue that the changes in Towanda's relationships, communication habits, and family involvement all point to a larger issue. Meanwhile, others feel those conclusions go too far and that there simply isn't enough proof to support such claims.
It's a matter of respect. I respect where people are. That's just it. I respect where people are. I don't engage. I don't pour into certain types of energy. I make different choices in my life, and that's just where I am.
The result is a situation where every resurfaced clip sparks a new round of debate. One group sees certain moments as evidence that Tamar's concerns may have been valid, while another group sees nothing more than normal family struggles playing out in the public eye. And because both sides are looking at the same footage and reaching completely different conclusions, the conversation has only become more intense. For now, one thing is clear. The relationship between Tamar and Towanda remains one of the most talked about dynamics among the Braxton sisters. With fans continuing to revisit old episodes, interviews, and social media moments, people are paying closer attention than ever before. And the more those past interactions get analyzed, the more questions seem to emerge about what was really happening during some of the family's most public moments. But while fans continue debating who is right and who is wrong, another detail has quietly become impossible to ignore. Over the years, several of the Braxton sisters have spoken openly about the challenges that come with balancing family, careers, relationships, and life in the public eye. When those pressures collide, even small misunderstandings can quickly turn into major conflicts that play out for everyone to see. That's why some viewers believe the tension between Tamar and Towanda may be deeper than any single disagreement. From their perspective, years of unresolved frustrations, missed conversations, and differing priorities may have created a gap that became harder and harder to close. As each new issue surfaced, it may have added another layer to an already complicated relationship. At the same time, Tamar's recent comments have pushed many fans to revisit moments they once overlooked. People are now paying closer attention to interactions that previously seemed insignificant, searching for clues about when things really started to change. Every interview, reality show scene, and public appearance is being examined with fresh eyes, and that has kept the conversation alive across social media platforms. What makes the situation even more fascinating is that no matter how much footage people analyze, there's still plenty that happen to wait from the cameras. Fans can point to clips, interviews, and public statements, but only the people directly involved know the full story. Until more information comes out, the speculation is likely to continue, with viewers trying to separate fact from opinion while following every new development that surfaces. And that uncertainty is exactly why the conversation refuses to die down. Every time fans think they've figured out what really happened, another old clip, interview, or social media post surfaces and sends people back to square one. Instead of providing answers, those moments often create even more questions about the timeline of events and how the family dynamic changed over the years. What's especially interesting is how divided the audience has become. Some viewers feel Tamar has been sounding the alarm for a long time and that people are only now starting to connect the dots. Others believe she may simply be sharing her personal perspective on situations that were far more complicated than they appeared. Either way, her comments have definitely reignited interest in a story that many thought had already been settled.
In your household, Tony's home.
They call me. I talk to them every day.
Girl, you don't answer the phone.
Let's be specific. Did you call me yesterday?
I did.
I answered.
Well, because we're taping now.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. When you called me every time
that is not
every
true.
time you called, I answered. Every time you text, I answer. That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
So I'm a liar.
No, you said that. I didn't call you that. That's the word that you're using.
Meanwhile, Towanda has largely remained focused on her own life, which has only fueled more speculation online. Whenever public figures choose not to address every rumor or accusation, fans often fill in the blanks themselves. That's exactly what seems to be happening here, with countless theories spreading across social media as people try to make sense of everything they've seen and heard. As a result, what started as a discussion about family disagreements has evolved into a much bigger conversation about loyalty, communication, and the challenges of maintaining close relationships under constant public scrutiny. And with so many people continuing to revisit the past, it doesn't look like the debate will be fading away anytime soon. In fact, the more attention these old moments receive, the more intensely fans seem determined to uncover the full story behind the headlines. And just when it seemed like every angle had already been discussed, fans started focusing on something else entirely: the reactions of the other family members. While Tamar and Towanda have been at the center of most of the conversation, many viewers have noticed that the rest of the Braxton family has often remained careful about what they say publicly. That alone has sparked plenty of speculation, with people wondering what everyone else thinks about the ongoing tension. Some fans believe the family's quieter approach speaks volumes, while others argue that staying out of public disputes is simply the smartest move. After all, when family disagreements become headline news, every comment can end up being analyzed, debated, and taken in different directions online. That kind of pressure can make even the smallest statement become a major talking point. Another reason this story continues to attract attention is because the Braxtons have shared so much of their lives with the public over the years. Viewers feel invested in these relationships and naturally notice when dynamics shift. So when fans see changes in communication, group interactions, or family events, they immediately start comparing those moments to what they remember from the past. At this point, the discussion has become bigger than any single interview or reality show scene. It's now about trying to understand how a close-knit family reached this place, and whether those relationships can fully recover. And with interest in the story still growing, fans remain on the lookout for new interviews, fresh statements, and any clues that might finally shed light on what really happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, you're right. The show's supposed to do it because it's supposed to show real-life family. We have a real-life family, and real-life family goes through real-life situations. You're not going to get along all the time. You're not going to see eye to eye all the time, and everybody has their own journey. That's just it. So if you come on here talking about Towanda is jealous, she's so jealous, how can I be jealous of one sister and not jealous of Tamar Braxton?
And that's where things take another interesting turn. The more fans revisit old episodes and interviews, the more they notice how often small moments seem to hint at larger issues that weren't fully explained at the time. What once looked like ordinary family disagreements now has people wondering whether there were deeper tensions quietly building beneath the surface all along. One thing that keeps coming up in these discussions is communication. Several viewers have pointed out that many of the conflicts appear to stem from misunderstandings, missed conversations, or feelings that were never fully addressed. When those frustrations continue piling up over the years, even minor disagreements can grow into major rifts that become difficult to repair. That possibility has led some fans to believe the situation may be far more layered than it first appeared. At the same time, others argue that reality television only captures part of the story. Cameras can show conversations, reactions, and emotional moments, but they don't always provide the full context behind what people are experiencing in their private lives. Because of that, many viewers caution against drawing conclusions based solely on a handful of clips of public appearances. Still, that hasn't stopped people from analyzing every detail they can find. What's undeniable is that the spotlight remains firmly on the Braxton family. Years after many of these moments originally aired, fans are still discussing them, sharing theories, and comparing different perspectives. And with renewed attention bringing old stories back into circulation, the interest surrounding Tamar, Towanda, and the rest of the family continues to grow, keeping this conversation alive in a big way. And as the discussion keeps gaining momentum, some fans have started paying closer attention to how relationships within the family have evolved over time. Instead of focusing only on the disagreements, they're looking at the bigger picture and asking how years of public scrutiny may have affected everyone involved. Living life in the spotlight can put pressure on even the strongest family bonds, and many viewers believe that factor shouldn't be overlooked. Another point that continues to spark debate is how differently people interpret the same events. One fan might watch an old clip and see clear signs of tension, while another sees nothing more than a normal family disagreement. That's part of what has made this story so fascinating to follow. The same moments that convince some people one way often lead others to the exact opposite conclusion. Meanwhile, social media has added a whole new layer to the conversation. Every resurfaced interview, throwback clip, or old reality show scene quickly turns into a fresh debate, with fans sharing their theories and breaking down every detail. In many cases, discussions that started years ago are suddenly being revived as if they happened yesterday.
That constant re-examination has kept the story in the spotlight long after the original events took place. What's becoming increasingly clear is that people aren't just interested in one disagreement or one controversial moment. They're trying to understand the full timeline, how relationships changed, what may have contributed to those changes, and whether some of the warning signs people talk about today were actually visible years ago. And with so many unanswered questions still hanging in the air, the curiosity surrounding this situation remains as strong as ever. Looking back now, a lot of those moments that once seemed confusing are starting to make more sense for some fans. At the time, many people brushed them off as ordinary family disagreements, but with Tamar continuing to speak out and old clips resurfacing, viewers are re-examining everything through a different perspective. Whether those concerns are justified or not, one thing is certain: the conversation surrounding Towanda, Sean, and the Braxton family has only grown louder. As for what happens next, that remains to be seen. Only the people directly involved truly know what's going on behind the scenes, and time will reveal how these relationships continue to evolve. But if recent reactions are any indication, fans will be paying very close attention to every new development that comes out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe fans are reading too much into these situations, or do you think there's more to the story than we've been told? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And stay tuned for more updates on the latest celebrity news and drama.